off. I've taken the discount off for you.
Right.
380, please. Using the Starbucks card.
Yes, please.
Perfect. And are you paying using the money on there?
Yes, please.
Do that scan for you there. Thank you very much. That's you all sorted.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
And you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, well, every journey starts with a single step and a coffee. So I'm off to Lytham Classic Car Show today. It should be a good day. I've been before, and probably on the way we should see a few classic cars driving there. This is the main road to Lytham, Preston, from Southport, from the motorways. Well, actually, this isn't the main road to Lytham. The road that's on the other side is, but this is the main road to Starbucks. So get comfy. And give you an update on my car. As usual, Citroen. I'll say it again, our local Citroen dealer couldn't be better. The Ami team leave a lot to be desired, to be fair. I'm sure they're very nice, but they're also very, very frustrating. As no doubt everybody knows, words even reach the south of France that I have a problem with my car. I really don't know what it is. But I have white marks on the door. I thought it had been bumped at first. I must admit, I never noticed it when I picked it up because I picked the car up dirty, and I only picked the car up dirty because I wanted it. I'd been waiting for ages, and it was the very, very busy period for just Citroen, so they couldn't clean the car till the Monday, so I said I'd clean it and arranged with Lance to do it. Lance, when he was cleaning it, noticed the crack in the door and these white marks. Well, when I inspected the crack, I noticed the white marks on the door as well, and then started to worry because I was worried that the faults would get worse. It was coming to the end of the month, which I believe you have a right to reject, and I had to make a decision to reject or to keep quiet, so I rejected it. That was the end of April. We're now June the 18th. Weeks went by after I rejected it. Willis from the Ami team sent my email on to another department. I think it took Willis a week to send my email or to reply to say he'd sent it on, and then another week went by. I think I got an email saying that the Citroen Ami team were suffering from COVID and were self-isolating. Then another week went by and they emailed me, asked me for my registration number. I sent that back straight away. And then another week went by and they asked me which dealership I got it from. I'm pretty sure all that could have been done from my name and my registration, and it just seemed like they were stringing me along. Since then, over the last 2 weeks, I've sent 3 or 4 emails. I've included Willis from the Ami team in it, and I got a reply from Willis to say he's waiting to hear from the other department. And did I want to reject it, or did I want to a replacement car. I've seen one of the other guys, is it Anthony on YouTube? He's rejected his car, he's got a new one. That's not built as good as his old one, so he's ended up getting his old one back and he's waiting for another new one. I just haven't got the time or patience to do that, sadly. So, and also it's probably cost me, by not being able to go further with this car and not being able to do my collaboration with Webasto with a heater, which I was looking forward to doing. I've got an Apple CarPlay system that's been sent to me to fit. I was going to get the Bentley style leather seats fitted, and I've just, you know, other people have done stuff, and I noticed Tim has, I've not watched the video yet, but I will do. I noticed Tim has fitted an Apple CarPlay unit to his, to me and Mama May's car. So all that stuff is probably not worth me duplicating. So it's probably cost me thousands. Some nice cars coming up here. As I say, we're on the way to the car show. I think I'll stop and put my 360 camera on, because we should be overtaken by quite a few, I think. On the way there, this is the main route. Right, I'll just put my 360 camera on the roof. I don't know how we get out here, so into neutral, 360 camera, up, ready. And hopefully it doesn't drop off. At least it shouldn't overheat outside. Okay, so we're cooking with gas there. It should be interesting too. Just have a swig. Oh, that's good. So into drive. This should be interesting, joining this traffic. Old Jag going by. Yeah, so I'm also going away. God. About, I don't know, about 10 days time. I've got my cherished number on here. That needs to be taken off. And I'm just getting no replies from the Citroen Ami team. It's very, very frustrating. You know, part of me feels like I just don't want to deal with them. You know, I wouldn't do it again. And another part of me, this car is absolutely perfect for me. I go to work in it every day. I've not used another car since I've got it. by choice. Obviously, I've been out videoing our stock, but it's perfect. It's too warm, and I don't want to get rid of it. I really don't. You'll see, I've fitted these. I did these yesterday. Fitted the rubber. One of the things, I kept banging my head up here, which hurt. So I've covered it in this pipe insulation, which I got from Screwfix. I think it cost me £5.50 for 5 of these, and then £2.50 for the tie wraps, and it is perfect, and it has stopped another problem because I've been able to route the wire from my dash cam, which goes to my rear dash cam, through here, so that stopped tapping away. So, you know, I've got that absolutely spot on as well. It's just an absolutely ideal city commute car. Preston's full of roadworks at the moment. Well, it's always full of roadworks and potholes, and I just don't get to work any slower, and it really, the car brings a smile to everybody's face. I was asked the other day, which is the best car I've driven, and do you know, I don't know. I've driven all sorts: Bentleys, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Maseratis, Aston Martins, old Mercedes. I don't really know. I like Range Rovers. They do everything for me. They're perfect for me. And then I got to thinking. It was a serious question that was asked to me, and I got to thinking. And then I thought, what's the most fun car? It's this. You know, the most fun car out of all those cars I've driven, the most fun is this one. The most enjoyment I've had in a car that I can perhaps talk about was the Alfa Romeo Duetto in the Amalfi Coast. That was the most enjoyable day, you know, ever. It was just a bucket list thing. But here I am doing 28 miles an hour in my Citroen Ami, when I've done, you know, I've been on racetracks, I've driven to the south of France, I've driven through the south of France, I've driven to Italy, or through Italy, and this place is called Freckleton Marsh. My mum and dad used to live over here in this house here, and my dad died just here, walking his dogs, massive heart attack, dead just here. And it was a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure my dad was a car nut as well. I'm pretty sure my dad would have liked this, although he was very fond of his Jags. But it's just great fun. If I could have the, you know, it's got its kind of shortfalls. The only real shortfall, I think, is the heater, because it's been very hot the last few weeks here, and once you get going and you've got your windows up, there's a nice through draft, and you're pretty cool. You're as cool as in any other car, certainly any other car that hasn't got air conditioning. So I mean, at one point when I got this, I even had a plan of replacing this, the glass panel, with either a sunroof, you know, like an old Webasto roof, or it actually removing the panel, because there's plenty of headroom, removing the panel and making some sort of, or adapting some sort of air conditioning unit like you have in camper vans. And who knows, if I kept it and my YouTube income was enough and the videos were popular enough, I don't mind spending money like that. One of the reasons I bought this car was for my YouTube channel. But it's really, really grown on me. I had all sorts of plans. I've said it in other videos. I wanted to do it in Gulf colours, or even, you know, John Player Special, something like that. Get it wrapped. And when it came, I kind of fell in love with it the way it is. Somebody else has done the Gulf wrap now, and I've got to say it looks great. But I quite like this. I bought a load of things off n3d.it. I have to say, they've not stood the test of time. I've spent a few £100. I've got this, the blind, which doesn't want to retract now when you, and it seemed to be quite a tight fit, which will bring me on to another thing. When I fitted this, it was a very tight fit, so it may not be their problem. It may be the pressure from the two roof bars squeezing the blind in from that. So that's not working properly, so I just keep it over. I just keep it kind of the roof closed. I bought these sunshades. You have to keep tightening them up. The Ami's a bouncy thing, so you see that one at the side there. That one, it won't stay up. It just drops down. So I need to tighten that up. It was the same with the mirrors. The mirror, I had to tighten it up nearly every other day, and it just bounced about and fell all over the place. So I wouldn't buy them again. I'd make my own blind. I'd get, which again, if I keep it, I probably still will. I'd like a headlining in it to, you know, to provide a certain amount of insulation. There's so many things. I do think this is a good addition. And as I said, it's flame retardant too, apparently, as it would have to be in a house. So all that's good. Right, now back to another thing. When I was fitting this, in the centre here, it's probably, you know, I'm looking for all sorts of things now. These white marks in the crack really worry me. I've looked at the bottom. I can't see any damage. There is actually a mark on the door which looks like it could be damage. Looks like it could have been a crease. But also, as the car gets hot and cold, where I park it, the door expands, and where these white marks are, you can see. So it's constantly moving and flexing where these white marks are. So probably making it worse, and it's probably making the little crease or the damage that I've seen worse as well. But when I was doing this, in the centre of the crossbar here, first of all, it just looked like it was kinked. Now it could be done like that to strengthen it, although I'm not sure. So I'll cut a bit in, and if you've got an Ami, if you can check yours, just to see whether that's it. If it's not, and the car has had a side impact at some stage, or the frame's had an impact, and I noticed again the other chap who rejected it, his new Ami, one of the bars is actually pressing against the front, against the plastic at the front, and it's made a white mark just like the ones that are on my car. These white marks correspond with the frame inside. You know, it's curved, there's the lines down, they all match up. So yeah, so if you could have a look and see if there's a kink in your roof here, and let me know in the comments, or send us a photo. My email is Barry, spelt B-A-R-R-I-E, @bccars.co.uk. So that's bccars.co.uk. Just have a look at your roof, see if there's a kink in the middle, a bend. Mine looks like it's slightly twisted too. And let me know, because if that is the case, then you know the car's definitely going to have to go back, and I'm going to be gutted. I really am. You know, if you'd have told me years ago I'd have a car with a maximum speed of 28 miles an hour and a range of 45 miles, 46 miles, I'd have probably laughed. But now I'm just smiling. It's you know, it's good to see how they're changing people's lives. And when I went to the last car show, I saw a chap taking photographs, and I never thought anything more of it. But when I put my video up, somebody emailed me to ask me if I knew who it was taking the photographs, because he'd gone past in his, what was it, Gilburn? Something like that, I can't remember. Ginetta. I think he'd gone past in his Ginetta. And he saw the guy taking a photograph, and he wanted to know who it was so he could get a print. So I looked to see if I could find it, and I went on the chap's website, and lo and behold, what's on his website but me in this? And it's a good photo, I've got to say. It's a great photo. But when I looked at it, I think it was about 12 quid to buy the print, which I did. But you know, it says on the print where you're allowed to publish this person's work, which I find bizarre, really. It's my car, it's me in the photo, he's taking a photograph of me in my car, and I've got to buy my photo off him, and then he tells me where and what I can do with it. You know, I mean, surely that's bizarre. If somebody takes a photograph of you and you buy it, you can do anything. But it's not like it's on a special stage or anything. He's probably thinking he's going to be late to the show, but it's still not a good idea to go through those zigzag lines. That's where all the crap congregates. So I was, we just had the Some Car Awards in the motor trade. I think it's Auto Traders Awards. And Auto Trader are so biased about electric cars. My opinion, electric cars aren't there where they should be yet, and they're being manufactured completely wrongly. I've seen a video which is quite harrowing, and I've read a book which is quite harrowing about cobalt mining. And yes, they do use it in desulfurization of petrol, but mostly it's for batteries for electric cars. And the conditions of the miners and the age of the miners and the payment is not something to be happy about and not something to celebrate. And all people seem to be able to go on about is how cheap the car is to charge, and that's it. So I'm not happy about that either. And anyway, the awards, they seem to have awarded all the electric cars to the extent of having something like a best big electric car award. I mean, you know, best electric car with the most K's in the name. It's getting that stupid. If you want an electric car, get one of these, make use of it. Don't buy an electric car that's got millions of silicon chips in, loads of flipping cobalt in the battery. loads of stupid screens and drives itself. Just who wants a car that drives itself? That's just insane. Anyway, we're getting up to Lytham here, my old stomping ground. That's Dock Road, Lytham, and I used to work for a firm called Saddlers, which I've probably said before, when my mum and dad wanted me to have a proper career instead of being in the motor trade. And I'm celebrating my, well, officially 50th year in the motor trade, but really, well, 53. I started cleaning cars when I was 12 at the place and at weekends. That used to be Cuxon's Bakery there. There's Lytham Hospital, and this is Lytham Green. Lytham Main Street down there. What time is it? Well, it's only 9:20, so we're quite early. There's the windmill coming up, and the car displays will be just further up. Some lovely hotels here. I might, depending on where I can park here, I'll just do a run past so you can see, and then park up and drink my coffee. Lots of subsidence around Lytham, I'm afraid. So here we go, here's the show. That would be an ideal parking space for me, but not many other cars. You can see a Fiat 500 up there. Sadly, we must have been too early. I didn't, or too early or too late. I didn't see the amount of cars that I expected to see coming in here. Well, there's the Cortina. Oh, there's an Alfa Romeo. It's not the one that I like. They seem to lose away like all car manufacturers these days. Make one with an extended boot. Maserati, another Maserati there. Mustangs. Photographers papping me again. All the lovely cars. Right, so we need to find somewhere to park. Public parking. The public parking was in there. Well, it would be nice if you moved over a little bit, just, you know, work with me. I think there's a good place for me to park. and I'll be nice and protected between these two vehicles. Hopefully one of them doesn't move out. There we go. So that's it. That's it for today's. It's not a moan. I love this car. I really do. I had so many plans for it. So many things that I wanted to do, and sod's law, I'm afraid. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Don't let me put you off buying one. They are so much fun. Brilliant. Thank you.